Establishing a repeatable process for evaluating and optimizing your ads is crucial. Without it, decisions may be driven by intuition rather than data. This approach makes it challenging to assess each ad's performance objectively. In this video, I'll share our systematic process for evaluating and optimizing ads. But before we dive in, who am I and why am I qualified to tell you all this information? My name is Iradia and I'm the founder of IDMA, which is a growth consulting and management firm for e-commerce and direct-to-consumer brands. At IDMA, we simply help e-commerce brand owners scale their e-commerce brands to multiple 7 figures or 8 figures a year by implementing our growth infrastructure into their businesses and managing it on their behalf. In other words, we partner with brand owners and take care of the marketing and sales department within their business to make it inevitable for them not to achieve profitable, predictable, and sustainable growth with their brand. Right, so we're at the last part now of the promotion phase. This is the last part. We've gone through the ad copy framework. We've gone through how to develop the ad creative. We've gone through the UGC briefing. We've also gone through the ad account structure you should be leveraging in 2025 and onwards. I mean, Meta might change the way they want you to structure the ad account, but for now, this is the way it is. We've gone through that, and now we're gonna go through the evaluation of ads and optimization. Right, so this is how we assess the performance of an ad creative. Now, what we'll say here is that everybody's KPIs might be different because it all depends on the unit economics of the products that you're advertising. Now, if you don't know if you're watching this video right now or this part of the training and you've skipped the initial part where we talked about the unit economics, you might want to go back, right, and check that part out because you need to know your unit economics before you advertise. You cannot be advertising without knowing your numbers, right? And on top of that, I want to say as well, like I've seen people sell products for $10,000-$15,000 or pounds, right? And essentially, what your break-even CPA would be for that kind of product, usually, not always, it all depends on your margins, right? It will be higher than what your break-even CPA would be if you're selling a $50 product, right? So I can't tell you what your KPI should be. It just depends on your unit economics, right? But the process to assess the performance of the ads is the same no matter what you sell. It's all the same, right? But obviously your KPIs might be slightly different, right? High or lower, right? Depending on unit economics of your products, right? Or whatever you're advertising, right? That said, I think we should just get straight into it. This is the evaluation of ads and optimization. How do we evaluate these ads? Or in other words, how do we know if we have a profitable ad using this DCT or flexible ad format method, right? Step one, we wait 3 to 7 days and ask ourselves, are we getting any spend? Did the DCT spend 3 times our target CPA? So you launch the ad, you wait 3 to 7 days, right? You might not get any spend on the first or the second day, but on the third day, usually third, fourth, fifth day, you start getting spend usually, right? But that's what I'm saying. So between 3 to 7 days, you ask yourself, is he getting any spend? Did the DCT spend 3 times our target CPA, right? So the larger our daily budget, the fewer days we need to wait to gather meaningful data. This is why a higher budget is advantageous. Again, for smaller brands that you guys have smaller budgets, you're gonna have to wait longer, right, to get adequate spend to be able to determine whether the ad is performing or not. If you have a higher daily ad budget, you're going to be able to find out faster because you can reach the people that you need to reach faster, right? The optimization happens faster because Facebook has more money to play with faster, right? So the more money you have to spend, the faster things can happen, essentially. Even if the DCT spends 3 times our target CPA on day 1, we still allow it an additional 2 days to stabilize and meet KPIs. This is because newly launched DCTs often go through an optimization cycle or learning phase, making the initial performance unpredictable. So if you launch an ad and it gets spent, right, and it's above, and it spends like basically a target CPA, like above target CPA, give it 2 more days, right? Give it 2 more days and let it optimize. Because when you first launch an ad, it does go crazy a little bit, to be fair, but not always, sometimes, right? So give it some time, right? And if after the 3rd day, 4th day is still above the target CPA, then you might want to cut that out. If not, we wait another 3 days. After 6 days, are we getting any spend? Did the DCT spend 3 times our target CPA? Did the DCT spend over our AOV of the product? If not, kill the ad. So if after 7 days you go no spend, kill the ad. If after 7 days you haven't had any spend on the ad, it's not a good ad. Time to launch a different one, right? So kill the ad, kill the DCT, right? Now, step 2. If yes, so if you did get spent, right, in between a 3 to 7 day period, if you did get any spend, the DCT take 40% of the total CBO budget. As I said, this is why you need to check out the video that we made on how to structure your ad account, right? Because obviously this applies to the way we do things, right? So, but if you have, essentially, we do CBO, right? So we have a winning ad set and then DCTs, right? Dynamic creative test ad sets, or if you have the flexible ad format, you might have one ad set that has a lot of flexible ad formats within it, which are essentially DCTs on that one ad set, right? So the point is, if this DCT is not taking, if you need to ask yourself, is this DCT that we're testing, is it taking 40% or roughly 40% of the ad spend of that ad spend that we allocate into that campaign? Is it taking 40%? And if it's taking 40%, are we under our target CPA? So if it's taking like around 40% of the budget, or if it's taking any budget at all, are we on KPI? Are we on target? Are we below our target CPA? This KPI will depend on the unit economics of your brand's products or offers, which we went through in phase 1, offer refinement and all this research, as I said. If not, kill the DCT. So if the ad is getting spent, right, after the 3 to 7 days, if it's getting spent, right, but it's not spending the budget efficiently, then it's not good. It's not good for us. We want to be spending money, right, on an ad that's actually getting us sales efficiently. If we're getting sales above our target CPA, right, then that ad needs to be killed. Now, granted, that's assuming that, if it's just like $1 or $2 above your target CPA, you can let it run, right? But just know that you're gonna have less profit or less contribution margin, right? Obviously, if it's ridiculously higher than your target CPA, then you kill the ad, right? Kill the ad, right? It all depends on your unit economics of your products, right? It all depends, right? obviously, if you have a target CPA of, let's say you have a break-even CPA of $45 and you have a target CPA of $20 and you're getting sales at $25, cool. You might decide to let it run because it's just $5 and you still have a $20 margin, contribution margin. So you might still let it run if your target CPA is, not ridiculously low, but like if it's kind of low, you can let it run, right? As long as you still have contribution margin, right? Right. But if it's like $35 CPA, then kill the ad like completely, right? Now, step 3. So if number 1, are we getting any spend, right? 2, if we are getting spend, right? If not, kill the ad, right? If we are getting spend, is he spending efficiently, right? So is he on KPI? Is he below our target CPA? No, is he taking 40% of our budget? Is he on target? Is he on target? Or is he below our target CPA? And the next if not, kill the ad. And if yes, then we extract the post ID and move the ad to the winning ad set and ask ourselves, is the ad getting any spend in the winning ad set? So now it's proven it's taking spend, right? It's taking spend in the normal DCT. Now what we want to know is if it also is spending when we move it to the winning ad set. Does he actually get spent when we move it to the winning ad set, right? So if not, wait until he gets spent, right? So if you move it to the winning ad set and he doesn't get any spend, wait till he gets spent. Give it time, right? Then kill the DCT it came from. So you kill the DCT, but like you kill the DCT within the DCT that you were testing. You kill that. Once you move the winning ad to the winning ad set, you kill the DCT, right, where it came from, right? If yes, then kill the DCT it came from, launch or test a new DCT and go through the whole process again. So if you find the winning ad, you move the winning ad to the winning ad set, you kill the DCT, and you launch a new DCT, right? It's just a repetitive process, right? So you move the winning ad to the winning ad set, you kill the DCT it came from, and you launch a new creative test. It's that simple, right? In essence, the only DCTs that we move to the winning ad set are the ones that get spent and are meeting predefined KPIs. Again, target CPA, break-even ROAS, if mainly the target CPA in this case, right? Because also we want to see if it gets spent, right? So if it's below the predefined KPI, which is in this case target CPA, then great, right? So those are the only ones that get moved to the winning ad set. Now, with our meta campaigns, we will only be doing campaign budget optimization. But how do we decide when to increase the budget, scale up, or decrease the budget, scale down, right? How do we decide, right? How do we decide if we want to increase the budget of the campaign as a whole or whether we want to decrease? So every day we ask ourselves, what is the overall performance / health of the ad campaign? Has the ad campaign met the predefined KPIs in the last 7 days? Right. So every day we look at the past 7 days, and we say, are we on KPI? If no, we wait a day. We don't scale the budget. We wait a day. After 2 days, what is the overall performance of the ad campaign? Has the ad campaign made the predefined KPIs in the last 7 days? So every day we look at the ad campaign as a whole. If we don't meet the predefined KPIs in the last 7 days, we wait 2 days. 2 days time, we come back and we ask ourselves the same question again. If not, decrease the budget by 20 to 40%. Now, again, this depends on how big your budget is, obviously, right? If you have a smaller budget, then this percentage is going to be higher, right? If you have a bigger budget, then the percentage is going to be smaller, right? Because obviously you're moving a lot of money, right? But 20 to 40% is good, right? If yes, then increase campaign budget by 20 to 40%. The larger our daily budget, the lower the percentage, like I just said, the lower the percentage you increase or decrease the budget by. In a CBO campaign, Meta will naturally allocate more budget to the ads within the winning ad set, right? Because that's what they want. They want the best ads to get the most spend, right? The most of your ad budget, right? This means that any new DCTs we launch or test must outperform our winning ads to receive more spend. In other words, for new DCTs to get more budget, they need to convert users more efficiently than the current top performing ads. It's as simple as that, right? Now, if we notice that an ad on the winning ad set stops performing after a while, we give it 7 days to show us why it deserves to stay on the winning team. And then we ask ourselves, are we under our target CPA? If not, kill the ad. If yes, then great. We keep it on the winning ad set, right? So we give it time to say, okay, cool. Tell me why I should keep you on this winning ad set. And we give it 7 days. If not, you're out, right? So it's that simple. This just means the ad isn't good when it comes to converting colder audiences, or it has fatigued. Maybe it's not working anymore. The target market has become, they've seen it too many times, essentially, right? And they just don't respond to it anymore, right? It's fatigued. The main advantage of this optimization process is that you see the advanced machine learning capabilities of Meta, satisfying their platform and algorithm. As I said, I'm not here to tell you what the best campaign structure is, right? But I see a lot of different, methods and approaches. I'm just showing you what Meta wants you to do. And this approach takes advantage of Meta's machine learning technology, right? So this is what they want you to do, essentially, right? So I'm just showing you this. I'm sure that you've seen people or other marketers have like a testing campaign and a scaling campaign. Cool. They can do that. I'm just telling you what Meta is telling you to do and what we do, right? Specifically, right? Now, with that being said, you may be wondering, when do I make iterations on an ad creative test, on an ad creative, instead of coming up with a new ad concept, right? Well, these are 3 situations where you can make an iteration of an ad creative, right? When you should make an iteration of an ad creative. If the DCT you're currently testing has spent 40% of your budget and is close to the predefined KPIs but hasn't hit it, so if your KPI was $20 target CPA, but you're getting spent on this ad creative and it's above like $20, like $27, for example, then you might want to create an iteration of that ad because it's getting spent, but it's not getting sales efficiently, right? Or as efficiently as you would like, right? So that's one situation. 2, if the DCT meets the predefined KPIs but isn't getting enough spend. So now this is the reverse. Now you are on that KPI, you're on KPI, but you're not getting enough spend, right? So it's efficient, but it's not getting enough spend, right? So that's the reverse, right? And then the third situation, if one of the ads in the winning ad set is experiencing creative fatigue, right? So if one ad that has been proven already, it's already been promoted to the winning ad set, at some point starts experiencing creative fatigue, meaning that it starts performing, then you create an iteration of that winning ad. This is why it's important to know, to have to go through an ad concept ideation process to create each ad, because now you know exactly why that ad won, and you can easily create an iteration of that ad. Does that make sense? You can easily create iterations of the winning ad because you know the ad concept the ad concept that the ad was created from, right? So this is why it's very important for you to go through an ad concept ideation process. Now, of course, you should always be constantly planning ad concepts and creating new ads that you can launch in the future, right? So even if you create iterations, you should also be creating fresh new ideas and fresh new ad concepts, right? Last thing I'll say when it comes to launching ads is that you should be ready to invest at least $1,000 to $3,000 per month, right? $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Running ads for e-commerce brands with less than $100 budget a day will just slow down the evaluation and optimization process. Speed is everything, right? As I said earlier, like the higher your daily budget, the faster things happen, the faster you can pivot and change and iterate, right? If you have a lower daily budget, you're gonna have to wait more days to get enough spend to determine whether an ad is performing or not, right? This is the difference between the biggest brands and the smaller brands. The biggest brands can test things very quickly, whereas the smaller ones have to wait more days, and then they make decisions slower because of the lack of capital. And that's fine. Everybody starts from zero, right? So, but I'm just telling you that with the more capital you go in with, the faster you can find results and see whether you need to pivot or not. The faster you can get results out of your creative test, right? And also the more money you make, right? The faster you can, if an ad starts performing faster and you're spending a lot more money faster, you make more money faster as well. So everything happens faster, right? So if you execute everything we've gone through so far properly, you should be getting great results with your paid acquisition efforts. So that's it. That's the end of phase 2, the promotion phase. So we've gone through audience, offer refinement and audience research, and then we've gone through the promotion phase. So we've gone through phase 1, audience research, offer refinement, right? And then phase 2, the promotion. This is the end of promotion, the promotion phase. Now we're gonna go on and talk about the funnel optimization on the next part, right? But yeah, that's it for now. But yeah, hopefully you're getting a lot of value from this, and yeah. And this brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for free specific help with your digital marketing efforts, feel free to book a free consultation call with us. To do that, all you need to do is click the first link in the description of this video, choose a date, and fill in a short questionnaire about your business. An IDMA growth consultant will get on a call with you to give you advice and actionable steps to solve any specific digital marketing problem you're currently facing with your e-commerce brand. Now, full disclosure, at the end of the consultation call, if our growth consultants determine that your brand meets our required standards, then we might consider a partnership with you. At IDMA, we do not consider a partnership with every brand owner. In fact, we only partner with brand owners that are in a position to rapidly scale their brands with the help of our growth team. With that being said, book a consultation with us to get free specific help with your digital marketing efforts. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.